Jackets win 6-4 over the San Jose Sharks. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but it was Thanksgiving and there's holidays were there and then just life happened and stuff. And I've been trying to get a chance to make a video, but the Jackets just weren't playing the greatest. And so it was hard to find the energy. But the past couple games, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it, but just couldn't find the time to do it. Found the time, got the energy, and the Jackets happened to win this game, which helps out a lot. The Jackets in this game, though, did not play the best game. Elvis kept them in it for a good chunk of the game. There are some sloppy plays that they need to work on that have been a problem the past couple of games. I'll get into that more as we break down the games. I'm not going to go through every single goal because there were 10 goals scored. That's a lot. So I'm just going to do a brief overview for each period. Starting off, first period, Jackets came out with some pressure, but San Jose eventually took over and got some shots on that. And Elvis was able to hold down the fort. About 4 minutes left. There's a play in the offensive zone. Danforth, who's been on a mission ever since he got lined up, he's played really well. In a battle, throws off front. Boquist steps into it. Blasts it past Hill. Jackets lead 1-0. Boquist 5th of the year. And that was a good goal. It was a little bit of a momentum builder. It helped settle the Jackets back into place. Got the crowd back into it. And I think it put the Jackets on the right track. And hopefully they can keep on the track and stop doing some of the stuff like what happened near the end of the period. As the period is starting to come to an end, there's a battle in the corner. Puck works its way out front, and Mainino hits it past Elvis with 2 seconds left. That kind of stuff needs to be cleaned up a whole lot. But overall, I think the first period was Elvis. He stood on his head, made some big saves, and other than that late little blemish, he was still that period. The Jackets have cleaned up in this game, at least, the giving up 2-on-1s. They still did it a couple times, but they were a lot more cautious of it. The thing they still were doing in this game, from the blue line, 5 feet into their zone, the puck would get to there, and they've done it the past 5 games now, maybe even longer, but the puck gets to there, and then they turn it over. Well, when they turn it over in that little zone, all the Blue Jackets are going up the ice. They turn it over. There's a couple of players behind them, and that's where they get into trouble. Now they have to reset, and either Elvis has to make a huge save, or the other team scores a goal. They've been doing it all year, but the past couple games, it's been a lot, and it's been noticeable. Come up for the second period, early on, Sharks in offensive zone, and puck works his way to the point. Carlson puts a shot on net. It beats Elvis, and the Sharks take a 2-1 lead. A couple seconds later, Sharks are in the offensive zone again, and the Jacks are doing a good job pressuring, and the puck works its way to the blue line, and Ferraro has it on his feet, and he's trying to get it, but Crowley jumps on it, gets it past him, and he takes off up ice. It's 2-on-1, him and Robinson. Brent Burns is the one guy back. They enter offensive zone. Crowley pulls up, Brent Burns lays down, and he goes sliding by. And as Burns goes sliding by, that allows Robinson enough time to get to the net. Crowley tries to pass to him, but Ferraro did a good job of getting back in the play, and he deflects into his own net. Crowley picks up his 4th goal of the year. We're tied at 2. Crazy start to the period, but hey, what are you going to do? There's going to be those sometimes, and if the Jackets are going to give up a goal in the final minute of the period, they can't give up one in the first minute of the next period. Because that's within 2 minutes, they've given up 2 goals. That cannot happen. If you just look at this little sequence right here, they gave up 2 goals in 23 seconds of game time. That's too fast to give up goals. I get there's a little break in between, but that's not acceptable. Good on Crowley to come back and get it tied. The theme all night to me was Elvis was getting bumped a lot, and the refs did not care. The Bill Silva won about 8 minutes into the period. Timo Meier is coming in, and the defense is at the top of this crease, and Meier decides, I'm going to cut through, and he tries to cut through Elvis's crease. Well, that's Elvis's space. He runs into Elvis, and Elvis just kind of pushes him off of him, and he goes, you going to call that to the ref? Goal interference? No, that's not a problem at all. Elvis, I think, was still trying to work himself out, trying to be like, okay, they're not going to call that. Get back into game mode, and the puck works to the point. Brent Burns puts a shot on net, and it beats Elvis, and Sharks lead again 3-2. In this period, the Jackets did a better job of pushing back and actually attacking the Sharks, taking away some of the momentum they had in the first, but Sharks did control a lot of the play in the second. Coming into the period, puck's at the point. The defenseman for the Sharks shoots it, hits cylinder, he blocks a shot, and he takes it off up ice 2-on-1. It was him and Hoffman. He looks off Hoffman and he pits it past Aiden Hill, ties the game at 3, and that's how we head to the third period. Coming up for the third period, this was by far the Jackets' best period. A couple minutes in, the Sharks are in the Jacket zone, but they get the puck, and Domi takes it and he flips up the ice and gets past a bunch of defenders. Roslovic takes off, he heads up the ice, picks up the puck, breaks free, goes to his backhand, and Aiden Hill bites on that, and as he does, he goes to his forehand, pits it around him. Jack Roslovic scores his 4th goal of the year. The Jackets finally have a lead again, 4-3, and with Jack Roslovic scoring, Cole Sillinger, and Sean Crowley, everybody who plays for the Jackets that was born in Columbus has scored a goal. A couple minutes later, Sharks come up the ice, they get an offensive zone. Boquist does a good job, breaks into play, gets it to Voracek, and Boquist takes off up ice, and it's Voracek and Roslovic heading up ice as well. Voracek enters the zone, Boquist goes towards the back door, Jack Roslovic goes towards the net, and Voracek pulls up. And as he does that, he sees Gabriel Carlson coming in, gets it to him, nobody's really on him, he slides over to Boquist, Boquist pits it past Hill, and the Jackets have a 5-3 lead. Boquist 2nd of the night, 6th of the year. After this goal, the Jackets took their foot off the gas a little bit, and the Sharks really started to take control. And it was slowly building, and about halfway through the period, Sharks in offensive zone, and the Sharks have a little bit of zone time, and they're moving the puck around really well. Timo Meier is on the wall battling, and he gets over Dahlin, and Dahlin pits into space. And while the Jackets looked like they had good coverage, Hurdle found a hole, got into that space, picked up the puck, and Hurdle doesn't need much time, pits it past Elvis, and now the Sharks are within 1 again. But for the rest of the game, Jackets do a good job pressuring and keeping the foot on the gas. I think that goal went, oh yeah, we can't take our foot off the gas completely. We still got to play hockey. And they would get in the offensive zone, get some chances. There would be a goal that was taken away for Gus Nyquist on an offsides review. It came out of the zone and went back in so fast that the Sharks sitting on the bench looking at the play did not react. Normally when stuff like that happens and you have the players right there on the blue line, they go, hey, that's offsides, trying to get the ref's attention or something. But none of them moved at all. They thought it stayed in. But the Sharks video coach did a good job. He saw that it was offsides and they challenged and took the goal away from Nyquist. Come near the end of the game, Jackets do get the puck out with an empty net chance. And Nyquist, who had a goal taken away from him, has the puck. He could very easily put in the net, but he gives it to Texier. Texier pits in the net, and Texier now has 8 goals on the year. So while that wasn't the best win, hopefully they can take some of the good stuff from this game, like stop giving up all the 2-on-1s and use that and take it into Toronto. If they're going to be playing a high-skill team, they have to stop the 2-on-1s. They got to clean up that stuff within the 5 feet of the blue line and get that kind of puck and get those pucks at least out of the zone. If you're going to turn the puck over, at least do it on the other side of the blue line. That way all of the players for the other team have to at least come out of the zone. That little stuff will kill them. So I know I just said I wasn't going to go through all the goals, and I did more of an overview of all the goals, but whatever. Thank you very much for watching. You click like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time when they play the Toronto Maple Leafs, I will see you later.